Hello and welcome to our tutorial on the electron transport chain,
also known as ETC.
and you're here with Robert and Peter. The first thing is we have to go over the mitochondria and the parts of it. It's going to have two membranes, an inner and an outer membrane. These are going to be important for the electron transport process. It's also going to have the matrix, which is inside the inner membrane, and the cristae, which are the folds of the inner membrane. Now we'd just like to go over the citric acid cycle, what we have this time, and that's pretty much a cycle that makes NADH and succinate. And now we're just showing you a closer up of the mitochondria, and you're going to see the outer membrane and the inner membrane and the intermembrane space, which is also really important for this process.
It's important to know that there's a higher concentration of hydrogen ions in the inner membrane space than inside in the matrix.
And now all these things that we're labeling are just proteins. They're important for the process. So, and now that we're going on to the citric acid cycle, you're going to see that it creates a succinate, which is going to power the bottom here.
So succinate is going to go in the protein. Fermate is going to come out of one, and then it's going to be the output of one, and then it goes through, and H2O is produced.
And then on the top side, you have NADH, which has been produced by the citric acid cycle, which is going to power the ion channels, which is going to allow for these hydrogen ions to go outside into the intermembrane space. This is going to be really important for chemiosmosis, which we're about to show you right now. So chemiosmosis is pretty much ATP synthesis, and this is going to be done through passive transport and diffusion. Here you have the electron transport chain, and it's just going to be symbolized with this square.
We already went through the process just now, so...
Yes, and then you have ATP synthase, and pretty much it's going to pump hydrogen ions to the outside, which is the intermembrane space, and then because there's a higher concentration, it's just going to diffuse through passively, and with this hydrogen ion and the ADP plus the phosphate, it will create ATP. Thank you for... Just kidding. We just want to highlight a few facts along the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain is a type of active transport. It moves hydrogen ions using NADH to power chemiosmosis. Chemiosmosis creates ATP using a hydrogen ion.
The ion diffuses in and together with ADP and phosphate. ATP